G'day legends, it's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crank.com. This July, Australian metal fans are about to witness one of the most ferocious double headline tours of the year as British extreme metal icons Cradle of Filth join forces with American groove metal juggernauts DevilDriver for a massive run across the country. Cradle of Filth are also bringing the biggest stages and productions they've ever brought to Australian audiences, delivering the full theatrical spectacle alongside the headline set packed with classics and material from their latest album, The Screaming of the Valkyries. And joining me now is the unmistakable voice and creative architect behind one of the most enduring forces in metal, Mr. Dani Filth. Thank you so much for joining me, mate.
Wow, what a build up.
Mate, I love writing, and give me a chance to write a big intro, and I'll do it, mate. We've been told this is, as I mentioned in the intro there, this is one of the biggest stages and productions you guys have ever brought to Australia. I'm keen as fuck. When you scale the show up like that, what excites you most as a performer?
Well, this is all news to me, so somebody else must have writ this. So, no, it seriously is news to me. Well, I guess it's going to be happening. Um, I know, just really, we love putting on a show to everybody. We have a great time coming down to Australia. We've, want of a better word, demoed this tour twice in the States. So we've done two lots of double trouble with DevilDriver. It's been really successful because they're two very different bands and not a million miles apart. Let's put it that way. It's not like Bob Marley and the Prodigy, is it? It's two heavy metal bands, two distinctly iconic heavy metal bands. They fit very well together. The audience fits very well together. It's very theatrical. It's very full on. There's great camaraderie between the two acts because, well, Des is one of my best friends. He's also my manager, so I have to say that. Um, um, I know it's just great. It's really cool. Both bands are really, and you'll see this with the new DevilDriver album and the new Cradle album, which comes next year. Both bands are at the top of their game and really enjoying what they're doing. And yeah, this is the reason why we decided to bring this to Australia. Obviously, it's Australia. It's not an everyday occurrence that we come down to your fair shores because of, the cost, the length of the flights, what have you. But when we do come, we want to make it a spectacle. And this time, this kin time, we're hoping to have a day off so we can at least see something of your beautiful country as opposed to the inside of yet another fucking hotel.
Yeah, I think you got about 3 days in between Melbourne and Adelaide there as well. Yeah, so you get a couple of days off as well. Adelaide, I know I've seen you in 2024 at the Gov. This time you're playing at the Hindley Street Music Hall, which is an absolutely fucking amazing venue. Not to say the Gov wasn't, but it's going to be great to see you and DevilDriver playing in this. They had this big fucking chandelier thing right in the middle of the floor. It's just amazing when the lights hit off of that too.
Yeah, like I say, very much looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, Australia's always embraced Cradle of Filth hard, and as I mentioned that last time, that completely went off. What's one of the things some of the things you really like about Australian audiences and being able to bring Cradle of Filth down here? Because it's not that easy to be able to bring you guys down here all the time.
But it's we always have a really good reception, get on very well with. I don't, I'm not sure whether it's because, essentially, even though most of us aren't, we're a British band and there's a connection there or whatever. I don't know. We always like received really warmly down in Australia. We always have a great time. Got so many memories of different things that we've done down there, albeit, over a very short time span. Um, but it's one of those things, you're going to have an amazing time. It's going to be an adventure. And the fans make it so as well. I mean, I've got anecdotes coming out of my bloody ears about my time in Australia. Um, but if you actually pool all the time together, or, the whatever, 12, 13 times we've come over, maybe not even that many, but it'd probably just be about the length of about a month, month and a half. It's not a great deal of time, but so many amazing memories.
Yeah, and with such a huge catalogue behind you now, how do you balance that when you're doing the set list as well between the fan favourites, the classic tracks, and you've also got to be playing some newer material off Screaming of the Valkyries as well?
I hadn't actually given much thought. Thanks for that. Wow. Yeah, I mean it gets more and more difficult. Obviously, the more tracks. I think the secret is to write really bad music, and then people don't want to hear that, and then you're safe. But obviously, we try not to do that. And if our drummer Martin had his way, we'd probably be playing for about 4 days straight because every time we come to a new tour and we're saying, okay, he'll come up with a list of songs and we're going, unless we manage to bend the space-time continuum here, Martin, I don't know how we're going to fit these 40 songs into an hour and a half, let alone an hour 40. And so then we start whittling them down and trying to make it as an eclectic a mix as possible. We don't want to focus on two. I know we always have to spearhead it with a new album, and we will be playing some tracks from Scream of the Valkyries, but obviously, you want to give people what they want to hear as well, and also things they don't want to hear or don't know they want to hear, like something really rare, because someone's always want to hear it, you know.
Yeah, and Cradle of Filth shows often feel less like a concert and more like gothic rituals. You guys put on an amazing stage show as well. When you're preparing for a tour like this, do you think about the show and the storytelling across the night as well through the tracks?
Well, of course, you think about everything to make it work properly. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what we do. I try and be as compelling as I can and creative and artistic with the lyricism. So I want to try and bring that out a little bit when people come to see us as well. I've always been madly into bands with a big stage persona. You know, from the early 80s onwards, it was always Wasp, Twisted Sister, Venom, big shows, Merciful Fate, you know, things that um, inspired you as a youth and set metal apart as a kind of visual aesthetic.
Yeah, I could
Well,
touch
as
on the.
music. Yeah.
I want to touch on the latest album as well as an absolute ripper. The Screaming of the Valkyries. It does continue that cradle blend of brutality and cinematic grandeur that only you guys can bring best. When you look back on that writing process, what it was the core idea that kind of drove this record for you?
Well, we have been on a new trajectory for a while,
Yeah.
and we wanted to branch out and do some different things. We wanted to touch upon some of our more traditional metal roots, our 80s influences, but at the same time, we wanted to keep it an eclectic blend of everything that people are, you know, familiar with. The lightning fast parts, the melody. Melody's a big part. It can be evil as fuck, but I also enjoy a lot of melody in our material. So I guess it's just more of the same. It's very hard to explain to people. I'm next up is going to be my, um, you know, massive, which I did for this out. The last record I did it this time last year. I had like 3 months of solid interviews, and
Oh.
if anything, I'm learned from that is like when people say describe the album, I just go, no, you know what? I can't be asked. You can
Yep.
have to buy it, listen for yourself. I'm not going to describe it to you because it's just so much on it anyway. It's not
Yeah.
being lazy, but I just couldn't do it justice.
No, no, you could.
And the new album itself, the one that we're going into the studio to record in little as 3 to 4 weeks, is a step up from there. I mean, I think it's heavier. It's some really brutal parts in it. But again, there's a lot of melody. There's a shit ton of atmosphere. Some couple of very very catchy songs. But I would say, yeah, heavy wise, it's pushed it up to 13.
Yeah, well, you did kind of push the sound into some new directions as well with that last album, while keeping that blackened extremity and that gothic atmosphere as well as that orchestral drama.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So more of the same.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because your lyrics have also had that dark poetry, and I've always loved that dark poetry, the storytelling, the old Mary Shelley stories of Frankenstein, the H.P. Lovecraft, and it's probably something that I've always connected to your storytelling and your music. Where are you drawing inspiration from creatively these days?
Um, all over the place. I try and surround myself um, with literature, music. I don't know, driving. I went looking at houses yesterday with my fiance, and we were driving all around the English countryside. And yeah, that was inspirational. I get inspiration from all kinds of things. It strikes in the middle of the night. In order not to be predictable. I think it's also good that you can draw inspiration from all kinds of things. And should I get like a complete block, which happens to the best of us, I go for a walk or
Yeah.
drive, do something completely, off the wall. Because you don't know where it's going to strike, and it doesn't. You just need something to just, give you a bit of a kick, and knock the ideas out of you.
Yeah, damn straight. And your voice has always been one of the most recognizable in metal. What kind of discipline goes into maintaining that level of performance night after night, especially on some of these rigorous tours?
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline, dude. Yeah, fucking oath.
Well, I don't drink anymore. That's a big
Yeah,
plus. Like literally, there'd be, once, twice a week where I'd wake up and like, fuck me, I've got to do a gig.
yeah.
And I just don't want to be, I never want to be in that headspace again. I love what I do. Um, but discipline wise, yeah, not overly talking. Um, Exploring a place, just feeling really good about yourself. Just being part of the tour, making it feel like an absolute pleasure rather than a chore. Eat well, sleep well. Don't go overboard with stuff. Um, yeah. I mean, it's obviously the older you get, the more it takes it out of you. And I might only be 25, but
Same.
what are you laughing at?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, you do have to be. I wouldn't say discipline sounds like it's rudimentary. Oh my god, I've got to eat blackberries mixed with walnuts at 11:20. And it's not quite as bad as that. It's just the most important thing really is just being level-headed in yourself. It's difficult being away from long periods of time. Sometimes things get very overwhelming on tour. It's like touring around in a prison bus sometimes. But yeah, I'm not complaining about it at all. I'll be the least to complain about it. So if you can get in that headspace, I think that's the best discipline of all.
Yeah, damn straight. For someone who's never seen Cradle of Filth live before, what are they walking into when they come to this show?
Um, well, hopefully some kind of vast theatre, um, preferably via a foyer with a nice carpet and maybe a chandelier. Um, yeah, I mean it's fast, it's ornate, it's cinematic, it's theatrical, um, it's soundtrackish, it's cinematic, it's safe.
Yeah.
It might be violent and musically and peer overbearing and raucous and what have you, but I think metal shows are always very eclectic, very safe, a safe place for women.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a way to expend energy and passion and drama. It's what metal's all about, really.
Damn straight. I was at a pretty extreme metal gig last year, and this couple had brought in their little kid. It was their 10th birthday, little girl. The band stopped, sang happy birthday. The whole crowd sang happy birthday to her, mate. Metal crowds are absolutely amazing to be a part of. Danny, mate, thank you so much for taking the time to chat today about this tour. Australia, Cradle of Filth and DevilDriver do hit the country this July, bringing full headline sets and the biggest Cradle of Filth production ever to Australian stages. Make sure you sell this out, buy your tickets early because it will sell out, mate. Last words, shout outs, thank yous are all on you.
Yes, thanks to everybody. In Australia, you bunch of flaming galahs come down to see us in July. Co-headline tour, Double Trouble Live with, oh, I've forgotten the name now. What are they called? Oh, that's it, DevilDriver. Cradle of Filth and DevilDriver. We'll see you there.